This summer, we decided to visit Albania. As I am recording this, it's the last week of July. Not exactly the best season to travel, with heat waves sweeping across Europe. But our goal was clear, to hike the famous Theth-Valbonë hike. Before heading into the Albanian Alps, we stopped here. Welcome to Shkodër, the gateway to Northern Albania. Nestled between the majestic peaks of the Alps and the shimmering waters of Lake Shkodra, this is one of the oldest cities in the Balkans, often called the cultural heart of Albania. Cradled between mountains and rivers, Shkodër has witnessed empires rise and fall. Illyrians, Romans, Ottomans, each leaving behind their mark, their stories and their spirit. Today, it's a beautiful blend of old and new. Colorful streets filled with art, laughter and aroma of strong Albanian coffee. It's not just a city, it's a feeling. Calm, curious and beautifully alive. In this video, I'll share our experience exploring Shkodër, what we did, how we got here and a few tips if you're planning a similar trip. Before we move on, if you are enjoying this video and finding these tips helpful, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps me create more travel guides like this. So let's begin. Our journey began in Tallinn. We took a direct 4-hour flight to Tirana with Air Baltic. It was my first time on the Airbus A220. And you know when something feels so new, you are scared to touch the armrest. That's how clean it felt. The 2-3 seating arrangement was unusual but perfect for us since we did pre-book the 2-seat combo. And here's the surprise I didn't expect at all. The plane had free satellite internet. Yes, free. A small win before the real journey began. We landed at 1:50 am. Now, I don't know if you ever tried finding a taxi at this hour in a new country, but trust me, it's not fun. That's why we had already pre-booked a cab for 2:30 am. It cost €54, a way cheaper than €79 airport taxi charge. Quick tip, Albania widely accepts euros, so don't rush to exchange money at the airport. The rates in the city are better. Before leaving the airport, here's something useful to know. Tirana Airport is well equipped for late night arrivals. Inside you will find currency exchange counters, cafes, SIM card providers and plenty of car rental agencies just before the exit, and also there is a row of cafes perfect for grabbing a coffee or snack before heading to your next destination. We booked through Tota agency and I did recommend them. I will drop the booking link in the description if you are curious. The roads at 2:30 am was completely empty, so our driver made an incredible time. I thought to myself, if the whole trip is going to be this smooth, I was winning already, but of course I spoke too soon. We arrived at Hotel Kadoku. Now here's where Albania showed its hospitality. Reaching the hotel, our taxi driver casually offered me Raki, a traditional Albanian drink. I did heard about it, so I said yes. Big mistake or best decision? I will let you guess. It burned like whiskey, strong and fiery, but it felt like a welcome gift from Albania itself. He even offered to take me to local Raki house next time. If someone offers you Raki, don't refuse it. It's not just a drink, it's a tradition. Hotel Kadoku. This is where we would be staying for 2 nights, and let me just say, this hotel is a lifesaver if you are doing the Theth hike. The 24 hours reception was the exact reason I booked it, because most Airbnbs won't check you in that late, but this was also just about the peace of mind. No fumbling with keys in the dark, no worried Airbnb's host waiting up, just check in, bed and done. I originally booked a room priced at €35 but had to cancel because of the shuffle of days. You can even find rooms here starting at €25. Albania really is a budget traveler's dream. Since we were pretty tired from the journey, we skipped the breakfast and slept in until around 10:30 am. Woke up around 6 am and heard a rooster crowing. Not something you usually hear in a city. It gave me a strange but pleasant feeling of being in a quiet village while still in Shkodër. After finally getting up, we decided to take a stroll to the Shkodër city center. But first I need to exchange some euros for lek. Here's the tip. Exchange your money in the city, not at the airport. If you're staying near Hotel Rozafa, just opposite to it, there is a street full of currency exchange stores, making it super convenient. I didn't see much difference in the rates. They offered better rates than the airport at around 3 lek difference for €1. Then we casually walked towards the city center, which immediately charmed me. The pedestrian streets is lined with colorful Venetian and Ottoman style buildings, open air cafes, small boutiques, and plenty of restaurants serving Albanian and Mediterranean food. The vibe is laid back, no rush, just locals enjoying their day. If you're visiting, grab a coffee, try some local pastries, and just soak in the atmosphere. It's a perfect way to start your Shkodër experience before visiting main attractions like Rozafa Castle or Lake Shkodra.
Rozafa.
After lunch, we headed to Rozafa Castle, one of the Shkodër's most iconic landmarks. Getting there was easy. Taxis are readily available near the city center, and I didn't experience any haggling. Here's something interesting. In Albania, you will notice Mercedes cars everywhere. I don't know if this is unusual or unusual, but seeing so many of them really gives you the feeling of being in a wealthy country. Even the taxis are all Mercedes. The ride from our hotel, about 5 km, costs around €10, like 1000 lek. It might be slightly higher than what did I pay in Estonia, but for convenience we didn't negotiate. As we approached the castle, the cobblestone road became steep. Please note, there is not much parking right at the entrance. You will need to park about 100 meters downhill. Also, the pathway is extremely slippery. Years of foot traffic and intense heat have polished the stones to the point where they feel like glass. I saw several tourists slipping, so wear shoes with a good grip. Inside, the climb felt worth. The castle grounds are vast, with panoramic views on either side. You could easily spend hours exploring, but with the heat, most visitors stick to the shaded areas. Towards the center, there is a small cafe selling coffee and ice cream, around 300 lek each. We treated ourselves to some ice creams before heading back. On the way out, remember the paths are very slippery. Walk carefully. Once you reach the tarred roads about 600 meters downhill, you will find parkings and taxis. We took a taxi back to Shkodër for €5, 500 lek. After a short rest at the hotel, we explored Shkodër's main central shopping street around 9:20 p.m. It was packed with locals and tourists enjoying the lively night scene. Between 10 p.m. and midnight, this area just gets even more crowded. For dinner, we wanted to try traditional Albanian food, so we stopped at Sofra's called Tirana Airport and restaurant. We ordered Dheu, a classic dish with yogurt and lamb, and Pljeskavica, a Balkan-style meat patty. Prices were 530 lek and 300 lek, very affordable for the generous portions. One tip, if you see any dish priced above 500 lek, it is usually for 2 people to share. Ask about portion sizes to avoid over-ordering. Different days, we tried out many other restaurants where the food was absolutely tasty. On the third day, we took a bus to Theth for our much-awaited Theth-Valbonë hike. This was one of the main highlights of our trip. I have shared all the details from staying in Theth to full hiking journey in another video, so check it out if you're planning this adventure. On fourth day, after completing the hike, we rented a car and explored the Mesi Bridge. Mesit, just 8 kilometers from Shkodër, built around 1770 during the Ottoman era. This 108-meter bridge with 13 arches once connected Shkodër to the northern highlands. Fact about Mesi. Mesi means middle in Albanian, referencing its location along historic trade routes. With its stonework, emerald blue Kir River and mountain backdrop, it's a perfect for photos or a peaceful escape. To get here, having your own car is the best idea, but you can also ask locals. With public buses head this way or take a taxi from Shkodër. Driving there is the easiest, but you can also ask locals about the public buses or take a taxi. Personally, I found Shkodër to be an amazing mix of city charm and rural warmth. People here are friendly and vibe is so lively. If you found this video informative and helpful, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It really helps me create more videos like this. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.